Yesterday, a game was announced that has everyone super pumped. Red Dead Redemption 2. Finally, it's coming. We'll be able to play this game next fall on our PS4s, Xbox Ones, and that's it. But remember, this is Rockstar we're talking about. You see, Rockstar has their own little way to release their games. One that most people probably don't even notice. I know I didn't notice until Grand Theft Auto started coming out. It's a very good way to really maximize their profits. They released the same game, Grand Theft Auto 5, over 18 months, where each release was better than the last one. Grand Theft Auto 5's release went like this: September 17th, 2013, Xbox 360, PS3. November 18, 2014, PS4 and Xbox One. April 14th, 2015, PC. It doesn't seem that bad. Well, I mean, the PS4 and Xbox One version couldn't come out when the 360 and PS3 versions did because they weren't out yet. So why couldn't the PC come out then? Well, one reason could be that they wanted a version that was exactly what the platform deserved, which in the end, it was. It was a really, really good port. And there's nothing wrong with a release coming later if it's done that well. That's something I am okay with. But I don't believe that this is what Rockstar was doing. Maybe I'm just cynical, but for me, Rockstar didn't release the PC version with the PS3 and 360 in order to sell more copies. I know many people who bought the 360 version on release and then bought the Xbox One version when that came out and then bought the PC version when that one came out. That's 3 copies of the same game that Rockstar sold to one person, multiple people that I know did this, at full price. That's kind of ridiculous. Now, that is because these people bought into the hype and clearly have very little restraint, which is their own fault, but I believe that this is what Rockstar was counting on. If they released the PC version first, these people wouldn't have bought the 360 version and Xbox One version. They would have only bought the PC version. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they actually did release the versions at different times because they were hard at work. Well, why can't they just tell us that? Why can't they tell us which versions are coming and what's going on in the development? I think that's something that all devs need to do. They need to be more transparent with the gamers and with the consumers. Rockstar is a dev that is very opaque. They don't really tell anyone outside of the studio what's going on with their games. Well, if they're doing all these things, why do we let them get away with this? Why don't we revolt and not buy their games? That'll show them, right? Speak with our wallets. Well, that's just not gonna happen. And that's not because I think that people don't have restraint. That's because Rockstar makes great games. Like, really, really great games. I mean, they've got Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead, Max Payne, and even table tennis. Rockstar games are a lot of fun and are always very, very high quality. That's why they get away with it. They've figured out the best way to get people to buy your games is to make them really good. So, I'll leave you with a question this time. Rockstar makes great games, which allows them to have some pretty terrible business practices. But just because they can, does that mean they should? You never know what's coming around that one corner in the hallway. The detail, the atmosphere, the sound, everything just comes together in this to make it an amazing horror game. Bree made this joke. No one takes it seriously. Well, no one other than PC elitists. They are the ones who think they are better than someone who doesn't